Good morning and welcome to the Cooking Principle, Cooking with Kyle. I've got my first cup of coffee this morning and we thought we would come on and show you how we do our breakfast every morning. Well, not every morning, most Saturday mornings. Yesterday he asked me how to make the best eggs. We're going to do that today. And then he said, well, really just any kind of breakfast. So shout out to that student. He's a faithful watcher, and I know he's probably watching today. But we're going to start off with bacon. You're going to get a big cooking pan, cookie sheet, and then you're going to put parchment paper down. This is a whole pound of bacon. Put it really close because when you put it in the oven, it'll shrink up just fine. Got my oven preheated to 400. We'll pop it in and cook for about 20 minutes and then check it to make sure it's as crispy enough as possible. So that's the first thing we're going to do. Okay, we're going to start our biscuits now. My biscuits are a little bit different than the way April does them. April does it the old-fashioned way and they're great biscuits. This is an easy alternative, and the first thing you're going to do is get you a 10-inch cast iron skillet, and that's going to make a really good biscuit. I'm putting down about a heaping tablespoon worth of Crisco. We'll put that down in the pan, and we're actually going to put it in the oven, and the oven's going to warm up the cast iron skillet, plus it's going to melt this Crisco. We'll come back and start to mix up the other parts of the biscuits. Okay, we're back, and I have taken my heated cast iron skillet out of the oven. You can see there that the shortening has been melted. Just take about 2 cups of self-rising flour. Make sure it's self-rising flour or you will have flat, disappointing biscuits. So there's 2 cups of that. I'm gonna go in next and create like a little well and dip a little hole in there. And the next thing I'm going to do is take about 1.5 cups of whole buttermilk, and that gets poured in there. Some people use regular milk with theirs. We just like the taste of buttermilk better. And the last thing I'm going to do is pour the shortening from the pan directly into this mixture. Some people add water to thin it out a little bit. I think I might add just a little smidgen more of buttermilk. Y'all, this is the easiest way to make biscuits, and it's good. It's really good. That's the consistency you want there. See? All right. Now, got it good and well incorporated. I'm gonna come over here with my pan, and then you just start taking your spoon, and you're gonna dip it over into the skillet and make little biscuits. And some people, older folk call them drop biscuits, because you literally drop it into the skillet. And if you have a lot of mixture left over after you've dropped the biscuits, that's okay. It's a very forgiving recipe. You just top the rest of the mixture on top of these biscuits once you get it in there, and it'll be just fine. Mix up real good down there. There we go. I think this is going to work out really good here. Now the skillet's going to be full, and that's the way you want it. The very last thing we're going to do is take a little bit of melted shortening. I've melted it in the microwave for about a minute. And I'm just going to take my little silicone brush here and just brush the tops, and that's going to help the tops kind of brown a little easier and make the tops a little crispier. So if you've never been able to make biscuits, this is the way to do it. Now we're going to go to the oven, and I'm going to say we'll cook these about 20 minutes on 425. Right, let me show you my bacon. It cooked 20 minutes on 400, and as you can see, all that grease is going to seep over into the parchment paper. You're going to have an easy cleanup. I'm going to take this bacon up to serve while I start to fix my eggs, and we'll do that next. I've got about 7-ish minutes on the biscuits, and we'll check those. I want to show you eggs, and this is from my student, or for my student, who wanted to see the best eggs I can make. Now this is 5 tablespoons of butter in this pan that has started to melt. I have 6 eggs. There's only 3 of us here for breakfast this morning, so I'm going to take a fork and just beat these eggs really good. I don't eat a lot of eggs. April does, and Amelia will. I don't know if Corbin eats a lot either. We just don't. So I'm going to salt and pepper, probably about 1/4 of a teaspoon of each there. You put how much you like. A lot of people put milk in their egg wash. I don't. It's the way I've learned to do it. A lot of times people cook eggs and they become hard. And I've learned over the years, when you put your eggs in the pan, you want to take them up after you scramble them right before everything goes hard with the eggs. You want a little bit of run, because eggs are a very soft protein and they'll continue to cook after you take them up. And that's the secret to really good eggs. Another thing I've learned, which my mama taught me, is to never put a fork in one of your really good pans. If it's a well-coated pan, you don't want to use a fork. Use a wooden spoon. So to scramble these, we're just going to scramble them around a minute, and I'm going to show you about when it's ready to take up. You're just going to continue to work your eggs, get them good and scrambled, and we'll take them up right before they finish. You don't want them to be hard eggs. Okay, we are almost done. I would say this took about 3 to 4 minutes scrambled, and I've got my stove on medium. Now when I show you this, you're gonna think, oh, these are not done. But look, it continues to cook as you scramble these around. This is how you get a good egg. You don't want to keep leaving it on that eye. That's how you're gonna get rubbery eggs. Nobody likes rubbery eggs. Look at that. April's back here salivating. All right, it is ready to pour over. Y'all, I got my biscuits out of the oven. Cooked these probably about 22, 23 minutes. And you're not gonna believe it, how easy this is to do. Make sure it ain't on the eye that's hot. Just plop them over there. I'll show you the finished product. Like this. If you want a biscuit, you just take it right here. Take it from the center and put it on your plate. The bottom's a little crunchy, the top's a little crunchy, but the inside is going to be delicious. We're gonna top this with a little bit strawberry preserves, have our bacon and eggs, and we have breakfast this morning. Here it is.